Okay.
What's up, brother? Hey, it's Johnny King and Mr. Traver. Say hi, Traver.
Good to see you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Johnny.
I'm sending this personal message with Traver myself to you in your inbox to invite you to the next Meeting of Men event, which is this Monday night, September 27th at 6 p.m. Traver is going to be our guest speaker. He's been in the men's work much longer than I have. You've got 100 times greater wealth of knowledge than I've got. I know you're going to just pour into these guys, but fill him in on what we're going to be chatting about on Monday night.
You know, the theme of it, Johnny, is how do you kill your nice guy? And really, like when guys hear that one, it's like, wait, it's not what it sounds like. So first of all, it's the capital N and nice and capital G, right? But really, this is about how do guys start to learn how to live a life that doesn't require external validation, right? Like, how are you just okay in your own skin? How does a guy walk through life not taking care of everybody else constantly, and then at the end of the day go like, I'm exhausted, I have nothing left, I have these ideas that have just been on the shelf for years and years and years, but I'm so busy doing things. And again, like coming back to the idea of like making sure everybody else is okay and not focusing on his own work. And I know a lot of guys hear this and they're like, well, wait, aren't I supposed to be the protector and the provider? And it's like, yeah, you are, but you also got to fill your own cup. And you got to come from a place of actual service, not come from a place of need. And that's where the fine line comes, right? So when I've talked to a lot of guys about this idea, I said, like, think about, you've all made sales calls. Like, you listen to this, you've made a sales call. And you know, on the days like when you've hit your number early in the month and you're full and you're flush, your sales calls are like, it's the same script, but it's like, I just want to make relationships. I just want to connect. I just want to have, like, give you some value. And then I'm out. If you buy my shit or not, it doesn't matter. And then we've all been at like the end of the month and we're like, if I don't make this sale, I'm in trouble. And you're just the energy of like, please buy my thing, like whatever it is. Yeah, of course I'll do that for you. Of course whatever, you're just like making shit up and whatever you have to do to make the deal. And it's the two different places that guys get to come from through their whole life. Are you self-sourced? Are you self-esteemed? Are you leading? Like, those are the three questions. Or are you just kind of following and playing small and becoming a chameleon? Right? Like, do you disagree with people but never want to say it because you're afraid of conflict? Do you disagree at work, or you have an idea at work but you don't want to bring it because God forbid it gets shot down? It's really about men stepping fully into their power and owning their own place in the world without this turning into some like rah, like, yeah, you're gonna have 8 figures and a Lamborghini. It's like not about that shit. It's really about, at the end of the day, do you get to look in the mirror and go, I respect that guy, I like that guy, I appreciate that guy, now I'm gonna go to bed. It's about really cultivating that. And I've done this with thousands of men and have some really fun exercises. One in particular that, like, when I first had to do it, I just walked away going like this and was like, I can't believe that just happened. Is like, my whole rest of my life is different from now on. And I've done this over and over and over. And I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but it may involve some blindfolds. It's just going to be a great night, man. It's really going to be a great night.
Well, that makes me so excited. And I think guys routinely say, like, coming out of the Meeting of Men, I'm like, oh, I thought I was the only guy feeling this way. and they're like, oh, gratefully I'm not the only one going through stuff like that. So
yeah, you get this, like, you and I get it. Even I remember early in my journey, like, literally being like, wait a minute, other guys feel this too, but how could it be? Or you know, why would anybody talk about that? Why would anybody admit that? It's like my buddy Connor says, the first rule of Man Club is you don't talk about Man Club. Right? And then something when you do, you're like, oh my God, we're all going through the same shit. Remember at like 10 and 12 when we talked about it? And then someone was like, hey, there's a girl. And we were all like, I'll never talk about it again. I have no problems. My life is perfect, but it's not.
Yeah. I definitely can resonate with a lot of what you're saying. And I'm excited for Monday night too, just, you know, selfishly for me, just because a lot of that nice guy for me turns into repression and then resentment and then apathy, because I keep all that emotion inside, and I'm really nice on the outside, but I'm really fucking angry and just repressed on the inside, you know? So
yeah,
I think,
Johnny, like thanks just for even admitting that, right? For so many guys, they don't even realize, like, man, why am I so pissed?
yeah.
And you use the right term. It's why am I so resentful?
Mm-hmm.
Like one of the exercises I'm going to have you guys have everybody do at the end is looking at their covert contracts. Like, where are you making a deal with someone that they don't know you're making a deal? Like, hey, if I'm just nice enough and I just hang out enough, I come in on the weekends, I work the overtime, everybody's going to like me. I'll have no problems and I'll get that raise. And then what do you know? Someone down the hall gets the raise. You're like, where are you resentful? Where are you resentful of women? Where are you resentful of other men? Where are you letting yourself off the hook?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But you nailed it. With most guys, when we peel off, and I was exactly the same. You peel a layer back, you're like, wow, there's a lot of anger in there.
Yeah.
And that's okay. You just have to admit it. But why live that way when you don't have to?
Right.
Right. That's really what this is about. It's men living better lives, healthier lives, especially now in this current climate when things are already tense and things are already a bit out of control. Having that center point where you're like, okay, you know what? I appreciate me. I'm going to take the risk here and ask for what I want. I'm going to take the risk here and speak my mind. I understand that conflict actually helps bring intimacy. It helps build trust. Okay, I may disagree with some people and see just what happens. I'm okay with that. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
I think that's like the number one statement that nice guys can't make is no matter what, I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
And when they can make that, like they put that cloak on, they realize their sex life, their business life, their financial life, their body, everything changes.
Yeah.
Because they're not hyper vigilant looking around the world for, oh my God, where's the next thing that I have to be like the guy in the Matrix, right? Like, oh, conflict, someone's opinion that may disagree with me. So yeah, I always just love, Johnny, getting a group of men together. So thank you so much for the invite. And to you listening, even that, for a lot of men, like, wow, I didn't know I could be in a room full of men who actually give a shit about me. That, you've hit a home run, man. So if you're listening to this, please show up. Come, trust me. I'm going to blow your mind. I'm going to play some games with you. I'm going to tell you stuff that you probably never heard before, or some stuff that you have heard, but just in a different way. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's spot on. So I mean, again, if you're still watching this, clearly something's so it's if it is, have the courage, go to meetingofmen.com, grab yourself a free ticket. We're going to do this for an hour and a half longer on Monday night, and then even do some dinner with Traver afterwards if you're open to it. That's an optional invite, of course. And then if you want to just, stalk Traver a little bit, go to manuncivilized.com. Check out all his good stuff. His website's badass. The things he's got going on, the books, the podcasts, everything else, he's killing it. So join us Monday night, the 27th of September, 6 p.m. All the info is on meetingofmen.com. Traver, thanks, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks, brother. I look forward to seeing you Monday and seeing you Monday too. Cheers, guys.
Yep. See you guys.